Good morning, cherished viewers. I am Asante Nokwache, the representative of Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Eko Inshiraba Aochi, the head boy and representative of Infant Swim School.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Desiree Ishira Hafron, representing Achimota School.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Elsam Entry, representing Upokwari School in the Ashanti region.
And these are our contestants from 5 different schools that are competing in the inter-school public speaking competition here today. And if you're watching us live on Facebook and also on YouTube, as well as on TV3, kindly support your school by, cheering for them if you really love the schools that are on your screen right now. And let me just set the ground rules. First of all, over here in this box, this amazing, interesting box that you can find in my hands, contains questions. And on these questions, the students will submit their speeches and their answers. And the theme we're operating with is silencing the guns. The peace of Ghana is in my hands before, during, before, and also after elections 2020. And so, the ground rules are, if you pick your question from here, I'll read a question out to everyone and to our viewers as well. And then you have 3 minutes to submit or give us your keynote speech to the theme. After this round, we go over to the second round where the judges will provide us with questions or operating themes for you to work around with. And here, at this particular place, at this particular stage, what's going to happen is you have 1 minute, and it's a discussion amongst yourselves. The judges would award scores, and pertaining to the criteria, they will give you all of the scores that you deserve. And if we can get started, we go with the first school. You pick your question for me. All right, so I'm going straight to read your question out. And your question is, the 4-year term is too short for any president to make any meaningful impact. Discuss.
Fellow Ghanaians, I am Moseikumi Emanuela from Sunyani Senior High School, arising to speak my voice out on the topic. Quote, the 4-year term is too short for any government to make a meaningful impact. Unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, over the years, advocates for the increase in the duration of the term in office have deployed a range of arguments in support of their position. They claim that the 4-year term in office is woefully inadequate. To them, they say the president has to do some appointments and review the previous handing over notes of the previous government. And by the time he or she is through with all these engagements, he might have already spent a year or more and might be preparing again for re-election. This and many more wouldn't allow him to make any impact. I beg to differ from this very inexact notion due to the following reasons. 1, implementation of policies. 2, the ability to change a government based on performance. And 3, comparing our 4-year term to other countries. Panel of judges. Under policy implementation, the current president was able to implement the free senior high school policy within his first year of coming into office. This policy alone has made great impact in the lives of many people, including all my colleagues presenting here today as beneficiaries. The John Mahama-led administration was able to execute so many infrastructural projects, such as the Circle Interchange and the KJT Market in its term. So, isn't this justifiable to hold the position that the 4-year term is enough for any president to make a meaningful impact? Ladies and gentlemen, on the issue of performance, the current government or the current president for the United States of America lost his re-election, which was former President Donald Trump, because his citizens were not satisfied with his performance. This means that the 4-year term ensures that the citizens have a shorter time to assess their president's performance and the option to grant him more time to serve. while the late President Jerry John Rawlings and former President Kufuor got re-elected with 4 more to do more. This clearly shows that the 4-year term in office is enough for any president to make a meaningful impact. Finally, comparing countries that have 4-year terms to those that have more. In Africa, only Ghana and Nigeria have 4-year terms, whilst the rest have 5 years or more. However, and guess what? According to Wikipedia and the 2019 GDP ratings, Nigeria has the highest GDP with $444.916 billion, whilst Burundi, with 7 years, has only $3.573 billion, according to the 2019 GDP ratings. So, in the light of the false submission, I do not see why people still cling to the view that the 4-year term is too short for any president to make a meaningful impact. Thank you.
And that's the contestant from Sunyani Senior High School. We move on to the next school, which is Pope Jones. You could pick your question for me, and we'll find out how you steer around the question. Your question is the role of advocacy in attaining meaningful elections. Discuss. What is the role of advocacy in attaining peaceful elections? Discuss. You have 3 minutes.
The chairperson, impartial panel of judges, the moderator, fellow panelists, my audience, I greet you all. I am Asante Okwache, proud student of Pope John Senior High School and Minor Seminary. I respond to the call to speak to the topic, quote, the role of advocacy in attaining peaceful elections, unquote. The chairperson, kindly permit me to explain a key term that was mentioned in the topic above. Advocacy is termed as public support for a particular action or cause. In paraphrasal, this topic means that advocacy plays a very crucial role in the attainment of peace in our dear country. These are the points that anchor me to the topic. The role of constitutionally mandated bodies, the role that the mass media has to play, and the role of our traditional leaders. The chairperson, constitutionally mandated bodies such as the National Peace Council, through their initiatives such as the Inter-School Public Speaking Competition, have been sensitizing the public on the importance of peace and stability in our country. Because in Ghana, we've been noted as one of the most peaceful and stable countries in the world and at large. Therefore, let us not do anything to undermine this reputation of ours. Moving on, the chairperson. The mass media plays a crucial role in the attainment of peace during elections. TV3, in association with Asase FM, has given we, the students, the platform, the youth who are the future of the country, the opportunity to speak our views on these issues that pertain to the attainment of peace in the elections. By doing this, they are helping us to sensitize the public and educate them about the need to maintain the peace that we enjoy in our country. Because if Ghana goes to waste in the upcoming general elections, our country and we along with it are all going to perish. The chairperson, the role of our traditional leaders is quite paramount in the attainment of peace in the elections. Chiefs are held in high regard and high esteem. Therefore, their words are not taken for granted by anyone in society. It is therefore very worrying when chiefs who are meant to be neutral because of the sensitivity of their position are seen to be endorsing political parties. This shouldn't be so. An example was seen when Niayi Bonte II of the Gbese Manche publicly said he was going to abdicate his throne if the then president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, lost the 2016 general elections. Unfortunately for him, President John Mahama lost the elections. Pressure was then mounted on him to step down from the throne. Therefore, I entreat all, Nananom, Nime, Name, Togbio, please, kindly use your voice and your influence to advocate for peace in the upcoming elections. Because if we lose Ghana, we have nowhere else to go. There is only one Ghana in the world, and we always and have been and will always have peace. The chairperson, impartial panel of judges, and the moderator.
You've gone past your time.
Fellow panelists, ladies and gentlemen, silencing the guns. The peace of Ghana is in our hands. Let us do our best to maintain it. Thank you.
And you know when you go past the time, it will go against you. So you have to work with your time. You have 3 minutes each. That's Paul Jones. A round of applause, please. And I'm going over to the next school in Fanchipim to pick the question, and then we'll provide us answers. Okay, in Fanchipim, your question is, ethnocentrism, a sole factor that decides political decision. Discuss. You have 3 minutes.
The chairperson, sagacious panel of judges, fellow panelists, ladies and gentlemen, I, Eko Inshabawachi, I'm highly elated to stand here to speak, to express my views contrary to the motion, and I quote, ethnocentrism, a sole factor that decides political decisions, unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, William Graham Sumner described ethnocentrism as a technical name for the view of things in which one's own country, one's own ethnic group is the center of everything, and all else is rated and scaled with reference to it. In my view, ethnocentrism is the situation in which an ethnic group sees itself as superior to others, and for that matter, treats all others as inferior. This is how sad it would be to be ethnocentric. Ladies and gentlemen, ethnocentrism has become a strategy that has been used by political parties to rally support from ethnic groups. However, this strategy is failing due to the fact that more and more people are becoming literate. And for that matter, they make analysis before they take decisions. From this, permit me to classify the electorate population of the country into 2 classes, the evaluative class and the non-evaluative class. The evaluative class makes decisions based on factors such as the policies of that party and the competence of the party. The non-evaluative class makes decisions based on affiliations and ties, and also based on things like the party slogan and the party song. From the elected point of view, factors such as consultants and also the competence of the people they are choosing play a very big role. Ladies and gentlemen, what then are the effects of ethnocentrism? When there's ethnocentrism, there is political fragmentation as well as corruption. What then? What then can we do to ensure that this unhealthy practice is removed from our society? Ladies and gentlemen, educational discourses such as these must be held regularly so that we, the youth, will be sensitized on the negative effects of ethnocentrism in political decision-making.
And you've gone past the time, and you've gone past the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And the next school, Achimota School. Kindly pick your question, and you go over to the podium, and I'll give you your topic. And you have 3 minutes to provide us an answer. Your question is, the role of children in peace building. Discuss.
Gunshots, the screams of men, women, and children in misery. The smell of cyanide from detonated bombs. Bullets raining in the atmosphere like released tear gas. A raided nation. Would you be able to bear the agony if your mother, brother, sister, or grandmother either died or suffered in a war that could have been prevented by you? Peace. Peace is a word preached about on a daily basis. But the question is, do we really understand what peace is all about? Children are said to be the future leaders. If that is so, then let us, the children, start playing our parts in order to promote peace, for the future of our motherland starts now. As children, are we going to sit down and allow the interests of just a few greedy people to override the interests of our nation? Are we going to allow our cultural practices, traditions, and everything our forefathers strived for to slip through our fingers? No, the peace of Ghana lies in our hearts, minds, our hearts, and our mouths. As children, we can use social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter to promote peace. Social networking helps young people communicate with each other and find other contacts. We can also advocate for peace by using play, music, or poems, just like our sisters Nakiat and DJ Switch, both of TV3 Talented Kids, are doing. As children, let's prompt the police when we notice activities that pose threats to the peace of Ghana. Let's look at countries like Somalia, Liberia, Senegal, Rwanda, Nigeria. It was very easy to start a war, but very difficult to restore peace. As children, let's talk to our parents, influential people, and other young people about peace. Imagine if a war broke out in Ghana right now. Tell me, where are we going to run to when all borders are closed? Where are we going to find a place of safety? Where on this land are we going to find a place of refuge when we are assured of disasters that strike by day and bullets that fly by night? Children, let them know the implications of war on not only us, on not only the nation, but on us. Let's promote peaceful coexistence with love, tolerance, peace, and unity. This coexistence will make us as a people know and understand our faith and culture as one nation with a destiny. We should know our worth and not let anyone deceive us into doing the unthinkable. Children, let's be assertive and say no to some politicians who lure us with meager amounts of money to do their dirty works, like running away with ballot boxes, underage voting, or going to the polling stations wearing party paraphernalia. Fellow children, do not be deceived. Your future should be your sound priority, for we are the future. From Gambaga to Accra, from Uyasu to Keta, we are brothers and our mother is a school. This is a section of the Achimota School song, which is a reflection of the picture of Ghana. We are a family and our mother is Ghana. There is strength in unity. Children are the future of Ghana. Play your parts. Let's seek peace. For a peaceful Ghana will be a land of opportunities for you, me, and the future generation. I am Desiree Ishira Hafren, a student of Achimota School, and I pledge to peace. Thank you.
Time's up. It's getting keener by the minute. The competition is getting really intense by the minute. We're going over to the last school. And the school is Opokuware Senior High School. You come over and pick your question, and you provide us an answer. OWAS, your question is, protests in the West African sub-region is a call for reform of our electoral systems. Discuss.
The chairperson, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, distinguished guests, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you greetings from the great land of Akatache. Standing before you is Elsam Entry, representing the only school in Ghana, Opokuware School. Today, I stand here to discuss a very sensitive topic indeed. Today's topic for discussion is one of public interest which needs to be addressed. Today's topic is dubbed, and I quote, "Protest in the West African sub-regions is a call for reform in our electoral system," unquote. I take the topic once again. Protest in the West African sub-regions is a call for reform in our electoral system. What do we mean by protest? According to the Oxford Dictionary, a protest simply refers to a statement or action which expresses disapproval or objection. Protests can come in so many various forms, from individual statements to mass demonstration protests. Protesters may organize protests in a way to publicly express their grievances or displeasure in an attempt to influence public opinions or government policies. What are some of the protests we see today? In the just ended Guinean elections, President Alpha Condé won his controversial third term in office as president amidst violent protests from the crowd. Now, according to myjoyonline.com, this protest led to the killing of 30 individuals and 3 policemen. Also, in the just ended Ivory Coast elections, President Alassane Ouattara won his third term in office as president according to the Electoral Commission of the Ivory Coast. Now, what are we seeing here? We all know that every president is mandated to a 2-year term in office. But here is the case, these presidents are going over the time for them to become presidents. This is a very controversial thing we are experiencing. Why wouldn't there be a call for a reform if these are the issues at hand? What do we mean by a reform, and what form of reforms do we need? A reform, according to the Oxford Dictionary, simply refers to A reform, according to the Oxford Dictionary, simply refers to a change that brings about improvement in something. Per this topic, our reform is geared towards our electoral system. According to Wikipedia, the electoral system simply refers to the set of rules that determines how elections and referendums are carried and how our results are determined. Why shouldn't there be a change in our alleged way of selecting our leaders? That is, in our alleged corrupt way of selecting our leaders. Individuals in this country are satisfied with a reform when the reform enhances and fosters one, impartiality, inclusiveness, transparency, and accuracy in our electoral process. Fellow West Africans, indeed, there is a need for a reform.
And your time is up, unfortunately. A round of applause for him. Yep. And that's coming straight from Mawaz. At this point, if any school would like to switch their speakers, you are allowed to switch your speakers. And we'd like to acknowledge our sponsors for the Inter-School Public Speaking Competition, the ISPSC. It's brought to you by DD Global in partnership with Ghana Education Service, Coca-Cola, as well as the National Peace Council, Vodafone Ghana Foundation, and Speak Up, as well as Passion Air. And Asasi Radio 99.5 is in partnership with DD Global as well as TV3 to bring you the Inter-School Public Speaking Competition. And meanwhile, let's go straight for a certain feed from Passion Air. They flew the students here today to be here. And as you can see, the students and the Passion Air workers are together. And I hope that the students enjoy themselves enjoy their flights while being here today. And they're also part of the sponsors for the Inter-School Public Speaking Competition. And fly Passion Air anytime, any day, because they'll take you safe and sound. Okay, so we're going to the judges. We're going over to the judges. Mr. Tata, could you provide us your impression for the first round?
Hello. Yeah, I think that I'm well impressed about the way they presented their whatever they had on mind, their topics. But I think the non-verbal cues, some of them throwing their hands, some did not even communicate to the audience at all. They were just talking, looking at just one side. I think that when we are communicating, we should bring the audience into the program, okay? Communicate with them. We are communicating with them so that there should be eye contact at least. And that is where some of them really lack. Thank you.
Okay. Prince Moses?
Yeah, some of them were very didactic, and I quite like that because they sort of taught people or the audience what they meant by certain words and certain expressions. And I found 2 or 3 also used case studies, which means they did a lot of research. And finally, I did like 2 of them very much for their introduction because they were very catchy and they drew us in.
All right, thank you very much. Let's have the last comments from the last judge. Yes, we have a minute, actually.
Okay, so I will also say I'm very impressed with the contestants. I think they have clearly given us what they think on the topics. There's clarity in their delivery for most of them. Most of them were believable. They were able to act accordingly. They were well poised. And some research have also gone into, you could tell some research have also gone into some of the deliveries that I have heard. And so all in all, I will once again say congratulations to you.
All right, a round of applause, please. And we're still here. We'd like to find out who the public speaking champions are in the Inter-School Public Speaking Competition. We want to find out who the best orator is in Ghana. And you already know, you've had your first round. We're going straight for the second round. And this time around, in this particular stage, is a panel discussion. The judges will give us a topic area where they will operate. And it's a discussion, so it's not about who comes first or who comes next. You have to take turns and discuss amongst yourselves while the judges would award scores as we go along. So we go back to the judges for a topic area where the contestants will operate around. But before that, we've got a swap in the speakers. And the swap, could we get your introduction?
My name is Angela Jiffa Martins, representing Sunyani Senior High School.
All right, a round of applause for Angela.
And my name is Kwekwa Pentin Redu, a representative of Opokorari School. Thank you.
And there we go. Like I said, this time in this round, each will provide us their answers to the topic area. But you have a minute, just a minute. And so the judges will give us the theme they want to operate with or the topic they want to operate with. Mr. Tata or Prince Moses, we go. Okay, let's go with Prince Moses.
So let me go first because I did a generic one based on the theme. All right. I'd like to know what your understanding of silencing the guns is.
Your understanding of silencing the guns. So discuss among yourselves.
Thank you for the question, please. Sri Komi once said, and I quote, "Peace begins when expectation ends." So as long as there's no peace, that as long as there's expectations from the government, from the people, like they expect the people in power to do something for them, there will always be war. So in order to silence the guns, we need to create an environment where the expectations of the people are met. The government ensure that the expectations of the people are met. They ensure that the needs and wants of the people are met. That's the only way in which we can silence the guns. Because as long as my expectations are not met, I will stand up in protest. In protest to make sure that my expectations are met. Thank you.
In my opinion, silencing the guns talks about peace. Peace, as defined by Martin Luther King, is the absence of tension and the presence of justice. If we are able to talk, if I am able to walk down the streets of Accra without the fear of being kidnapped or losing my rights as a child, then that is where we are able to say we have silenced the guns. Silencing the guns is where I am not afraid to do what I have to do. I am not afraid to experience and exercise my rights and freedom as a Ghanaian.
I believe in the team by DD Global and its partners. Quote, "Silencing the guns, the peace of Ghana is in my hands before, during, and even after 2020 December election." I believe that silencing the guns is to ensure peaceful election. Yes, peaceful election, so that we can all have sound minds. We have sound minds when there is peace. And when there is peace, then Ghana can be called a peaceful country. So therefore, silencing the guns involves a lot. It involves the Electoral Commission's competence in order to, organize a peaceful election. And the Electoral Commission should ensure transparency, electoral integrity, and also accountability on its part. And when this is ensured, I believe that a peaceful election can be conducted in our motherland, Ghana. Thank you.
In my view, silencing the guns is a way of drawing the citizens' mind to the fact that we need peace during this election. Silencing the guns lets us be aware of the fact that if certain practices continue, if certain practices such as ethnocentrism continue, we would have things which will cause conflicts and disputes in our country. Silencing the guns is a figurative way of letting us know that we have to foster peace. We have to make sure that what we are doing is not going to ignite tensions and incite disputes among us, because we are one. We have just one Ghana, and we have to foster peace in this one Ghana that we have. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity to espouse my views on the topic. To polish up what my fellow panelists said, silencing the guns. Guns are often related to violence. And if the guns are silenced in our dear country, it means that before, during, and after the general elections on December 7, 2020, there would not be any gunshots fired because everyone will be satisfied with the electoral processes and the way in which things will be done in the country. So if everyone is satisfied, everyone goes home happy, and nobody will lift a weapon or pick a gun to fire some shots. Thank you.
A louder applause, please. As an accurate timekeeper, I believe all speakers operated in a 1-minute time frame. So we go over to judge number 2 to give us the question. And as we did earlier, they'll go with their turns as well.
Okay. So looking at the Ghanaian culture, where children are not supposed to challenge authority and elders, how effective do you think the role of children are in peace building?
So where children are not trained to challenge authority and elders, how important or
Effective.
how
effective do you think
how effective is children in nation
the
building?
role of children in
Okay,
nation
the role of
Okay.
children in
Peace
nation
building.
building, in peace building. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for this question. You see, as you said, in our African society, children are not allowed to challenge the elderly. The point is not to challenge. As children, we shouldn't challenge the elderly because we know this, we are to respect them. But what we can do is to go to them, speak to them in a smooth and a calm manner, and I'm sure they would listen to us. So please, it is possible for us, the youth, to have an effective participation in peace building in this country if we speak out our views in a calm and peaceful manner. Thank you.
Thank you very much once again. In our local setting, children are mostly not allowed to challenge what the elders say. But then, in this period of elections, it's an all-hands-on-deck affair. Everyone has to put their hands to the wheels in order for us to achieve the peace that we all want in the country. No one would not want to listen to what the child has to say. So if a child goes to an elder and pleads with the elder that, please, kindly do this in order to ensure that Ghana does not experience war in the upcoming elections. No matter how angry the elder is, the elder will listen to the child and do as the child has asked. So children have an effective role to play in the attainment of peace in the country. Thank you.
I believe the era where children are not supposed to challenge or talk to parents or elders in a rude manner is actually gradually leaving our system. Children can go to their elders, can go to people with polite ways, humble manners, and can go and ask them. But if they go and these elders still don't understand or don't want to listen, they can go to people these elders respect. They voice what they want, their opinions. They'll be able to promote peace by going to the people our elders respect. Then these elders or the people our elders respect will go to these elders and tell them about the importance of peace.
As students who are learning how the importance of peace is, I believe we also play a vital role in peace in the country. For instance, we can educate our peers, our family, and even our parents on the essence of peace. For instance, when you meet two students who are engaged in a banter because of political parties, you can just approach them, sit them down, and then educate them that they are students. They have to focus on their studies rather than to engage in all these unnecessary banters, which will not even give them anything in return. And also, in our various homes, we can approach our parents and explain to them how the importance of peace is to the development of our motherland, Ghana. Thank you.
Experience is the best teacher. The role of a child is to learn, to ascertain knowledge about life itself. His role is not to challenge the teacher. The teacher has gone through life. I cannot challenge you based on what you've experienced. because I know that you've gone through the processes. You've gone through something. So a child is supposed to learn about peace, learn about the importance of maintaining peace in our society, because peace is an important thing. And the effectivity of learning peace at such a tender age transforms the child. It gives the child a sense of the importance, such that he goes with it. That is why the Bible said, and I quote, "Train the child the way he should go, so that when he grows up, he shall not depart from it." The child is malleable at that age. That is the point we should teach him about peace, so that when he grows up, he can showcase it to the world. Thank you.
All right, so that is the second of the questions that they've provided answers to. We go to Mr. Tata for the third round, and let's see how the students dance around it.
Definitely. Every business has its own teething problems. Now, based on the call for additional years to be added, the additional years for the term, what challenges do you believe this would solve?
I hope the question was clear.
Great. I'm saying that every business has a teething problem. Now, people are advocating for an increase in the number of years for a term for the presidency. Now, what do you think, if this is done, it will solve? That's what I'm asking.
Thank you for the opportunity to answer your question. I hold an opposing view to the question that has been posed. If the one elected into government really has the people at heart, no matter what time frame he or she is given, he will be able to do what he has promised for the people within that time frame. So my response to the question is not in the affirmative for an additional term in addition to the already fixed tenure of office for our leaders. Thank you.
Okay, in my view, I believe that if the tenure of office of a president is increased, it will solve one particular problem. And the problem is it would help them to be able to complete the projects that they have started. We are all aware of so many projects in this country that because of the short tenure of office, they are not able to complete. And when the next government comes into office, they also don't complete it. So yes, if we increase the tenure of office of the president, all of these projects will be completed. Thank you.
I actually beg to differ from this very inexact notion, because the current president was able to implement a free senior high school policy within its first year of coming into office. And we can see that this very policy has impacted very much in the lives of many students, including all of us here as beneficiaries. And also, taking a look at the John Mahama-led administration, he was also able to implement infrastructural projects within his term of office. So I don't see the need to add years to the years assigned for you to rule. I don't see the need. Thank you.
As my colleague from Infantipim just said, if you are a visionary leader, no amount of time would limit you in your development project. If a year should be added to the term of office, I believe it will give the current government the opportunity to complete the projects started by the previous government, and also complete the projects they have also started or want to initiate as a government.
Okay, we all know about the instability of the government in this present country. So I believe that the 4-year term is too short. For instance, when a party comes into power, the first year is spent inaugurating their members and officials into government, and the last year is spent campaigning. That leaves us with 2 years to do the actual job. Adding 1 more year will give them more time to complete these projects. As we all know, time is money. More time, more money, more development. Thank you.
A louder one, please. And it's getting intense. I'm sure you're enjoying the discussion. I guess it's a very interesting discussion where you have contrasting views. And if you're watching us from home, I'm sure you're taking notes as well, and you are awarding scores. I know you're doing that now. Probably you've picked your favorites already. And at this minute, the judges are collating their scores, and then we'll get to hear from them who is the best orator in Ghana. Meanwhile, for now, let's go for a little interlude where it's a poem to be delivered by a student from the Odogono Senior High School. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please.
And I saw several months of Hello, good morning. And I saw several months of travailing through storms. The pain that comes with joy on the lap of a mother. It was calm yet ferocious, but all is well under the Lord's eyes. Offshoots that could change destiny sprout forth. Stars that will bright so well and overshadow the sky. That privilege of having these angels must be upheld. Let us build a fence of protection that will enable them shine. Their innocence and charm must live to make a name. Right from infancy, let us build a shield to shelter them. Today, the lives of legends are nurtured. Little by little, our future assumes a certain dynasty to make excellence. When we hold dear our children with a golden hand of peace and love, we path a way to greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, today is Welsh Children's Day with a theme of investing in our children is investing in our future. Let's show every child a bit of love. Thank you very much.
A loud one again, please. And we've all studied poetry back in school. I think this is just the one that simmers in with the theme and all of that. At this moment, we'd like to have Obi Aponsa to give us comedy. And what it means is that he's going to steer around the theme, silencing the guns. The peace of Ghana is in my hands before, during, and after elections 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, please, Obi Aponsa here at the SPSC.
Thank you. Hello. Hello. Yes, please a round of applause for the contestants. I am quite elated to be here. It's fun to see young people like this who have other interests apart from Snapchat and Shisha. So please a round of applause for them once again. Keep going, okay? Boko Haram, I'm an old student, so all the best there. You're trying. I was given the topic silencing the guns before, during, and after elections, no violence. That's what I remember. So I have a gun to silence, and I want us to dwell on poor grammar. Hello. Yes, I have a war I am waging. And if there should be any war, it shouldn't be electoral war. It should be war against poor grammar. Am I speaking to people? Yes, because the grammar we are experiencing in Ghana now is terrible. On social media, we can't contain it. Sincerely, now, ladies and gentlemen, young ladies have a way they say things, like they don't know synonyms anymore. I asked a lady, what's another synonym for bad? She said, very bad. I said, wow. Very bad. And now, ladies and gentlemen of late, You see them talking, and then they can't find the right synonym. So when you ask him, "Oh, are you hungry?" Say, "I'm hungry." Oh. But I'm not like hungry. What is hungry? Are you happy? Oh, I'm happy. Oh. But I'm not like happy. Is it raining? It's raining. Oh, but it's not like raining. I don't understand it. I think you guys should read more, and that is why I applaud this initiative. If there's a war I am waging, it's a war on poor grammar. A lady visited me in the hospital, and then, I think it was in the university, back in UCC. And then she said, "I'm here." I said, "Where are you?" She said, "Oh, I'm at the F block." I said, "What?" She said, "F block." She couldn't hear me, so I said, "What, F?" He said, "Yeah, F for Philomena." I said, "What?" He said, "Oh, you can hear F for pharmacy." I said, "Wow, that's how you spell your pharmacy." The war I am waging tonight, or today, this morning. See, your pressure has gotten me too. You guys are trying. You're really trying. Yeah, it's on poor grammar, and I'm here to talk about it. Because how many of you have realized that now you cannot construct a full sentence without the help of autocorrect on your phone? Or it's just me? Youth of late cannot finish a statement without the help of autocorrect. Have you ever been in the situation you be typing something and autocorrect gives up on you? Like, boss, this one day be just you for finish up. Have you ever been in that situation? You be typing something like, "When you are coming, get me a souvenir." Souvenir. And then you realize that you can't spell souvenir. So you start using homonyms, right? Souvenir, so a seed, so SOW, vegetable, kneel before God, kneel, KNEEL, souvenir. You look, you say, And then you have to find a simpler word, right? You say, "When you're coming, get me a gift from the mall." Thank you very much for having me. Continue being amazing, and then enjoy the rest of the...
Thank you very much, Obi Aponsa. And that's a very interesting way of putting the sentence, "murders of linguistic precisions," which I like to call it like that. But I'd like to go into the audience, and I'll have conversations with political parties that are here, the NDC, NPP, and the rest of them. They are here. So I'll find my way there. And then they'll give us a little conversation about what you've heard. Okay, so I think you'll be invited to the stage if you're, kindly, if you're representing any of the political parties and you're joining us here today, please join me on the stage and give us your impression of what we're doing so far in the inter-school public speaking competition. And once again, the sponsors are Coca-Cola, Asasi Radio 99.5, Lele TV3, and of course, Speak Up, and it's in partnership with Ghana Education Service and the National Peace Council. So I have here with me this is coming in from NDC. Hello.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, hello, good morning. We are proud, the NDC and Mahama is proud to have our younger brothers and sisters here today talk about peace. Peace is sacrosanct. In a democratic society like Ghana, the only way we have to express our views, to show if we are okay with a particular government or not, is by going through the democratic process of elections. And so we have to ensure that the sanctity of the elections is protected. Now, as Ghanaians, our foremost priority is to protect Ghana. It's always Ghana first, before any other political party. And we in the NDC have stated this time and time and again. I got here and then they were talking about the time frame or the tenure of government for a particular president and all that. What I want us to avert our minds to is the fact that government is supposed to be a continuum. The fact that you start a project and you're not able to finish the project doesn't mean that the succeeding government should reject or abolish that project and start a new one. The Constitution enshrines it, that when a project is started by government, a program is started by government, the subsequent government should protect it and continue it. So free education. The next government, whether the MPP government or the NDC government, must protect and continue it. It's a national program. And so far as it's benefiting our people, we are supposed to continue it. Just imagine having a government or a governance full of corruption, nepotism, cronyism, no media independence, sitting on or having a term of, let's say, 5-6 years. You want to change that government. And so the 4 years given is for both, it has advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is that if there's a particular government and you don't like that government, you have within 4 years to change the government. If you want that government, that's why the Constitution provides for a second term, so that you can re-vote the government and then give him 4 years to continue his project and programs. And so we, the NDC and John Mahama, we are proud of you talking about peace and all that. And we have committed to peace. We shouldn't just preach peace, but we should practice peace. And so we are with you today, and you have our support. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And we have a representative from APC as well. APC is also here to give us the impression of what we're doing here so far.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm a representative of the All People's Congress, APC. I'm delighted to be here, and it's a very good initiative that young fellows or students like this are advocating for peace in their own way. I would say that as we go to the December 7th elections, to the polls, we should not engage ourselves in electoral violence. As youth between the age of 18 to 40, we should not allow any political party or political leaders to engage us in political vigilante, because as a colleague said here, or a friend said here, she said, you would be giving money to cause mayhem or violence. But remember, we always say that we pledge to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. And that good name of Ghana is what? The peace that we are known for. All countries applaud us that Ghana is a peaceful country. Let us let this peace prevail. We should always stick to our studies before, during the election, and after elections. We should try to use our social media platforms to engage people. We should advocate for peace. Let's join the hashtag. Regardless the political party you belong to, we are all still brothers and sisters. We say, well done, Aiko, for this platform given to the children to advocate peace. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much. There's a rep from APC. Now you can watch us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. What you can do is use the hashtag ISPSC2020. ISPSC2020. And you can watch on Twitter, Facebook, as well as Instagram. We're trending over there. And if you're watching us live on TV3, what you're doing right now is probably judging as well as the judges are doing. I'm sure you're awarding scores along the line and picking up your favorites. But for now, let's go into the audience. We interact with the students. I'm sure some of the students are here to support their school and also their speakers. So if anyone is in the crowd that would like to speak to me. Okay, so... So let's see, what's your impression so far? Could you talk to me? And which school do you support? You can provide me your name and the school you support.
All right. Good morning. Yes, I go by name Odro Kwamyohine. Yes, and I support a Untitled School, of course. Yes, I think the general performance was very good, and that the boy or the gentleman representing the Untitled School has done brilliantly well. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I will take two more. We'll go straight to the judges to give us the analysis so far. And quickly, you have 30 seconds to give me an impression of what's going on over here today.
Okay. I'm for Achimota School, and then my name is Emmanuel Giagbo.
Emmanuel, what's your impression?
Yeah, I stand for the Clear Winning School, Achimota School.
All right.
There's no way, well, I'll not say that, but it's clear Achimota is winning. Yes. and I want to ask the representative of NDC a question, if it's allowed.
You will have to come back for that round.
Okay.
So let's go straight to one last person to provide us an impression quickly, and we go back to the judges who are ready to give us the analysis first of all, and will give us the declaration of results.
Okay, so I am Domberima Kwabineji from Infantivim School. My impression, yes, of course, I support my head boy, representative of Infantivim. But I think everyone was quite eloquent. I like the eloquency of all the participants. They've done very, very well. And yes, but Infantivim is winning. But that one, it's already been there. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. All right, so we go straight to the judges. I'm sure they are done putting together the results and the schools that are taking which score. Over to the judges. We start with Prince Moses. What's your impression? How far have you come with your collation?
It's been very, very difficult because some express strengths in one area, and all of a sudden it would change, and you see the person who did not, attack a question with brio, doing that with extreme brio, as it were. So yeah, it has been very, very difficult, and I believe, well, I don't think I should express my views on individual performers. The results are going to speak for themselves. But bravo, chaps, very, 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 you've done very well.
Yes, scoring the second round has been very tough. You have all done very well. Being put on the spot with questions you don't know, I think you've done amazing for your ages. I think you've been brilliant. And so at the end of the day, whoever wins, you are all victors. And you should go with this at the back of your minds.
Yeah, you are great people, frankly speaking. You are very great people. Like my sister just said, for you to answer questions straight on top of your head, it's not that easy, right? But you've been able to deal with the question. My only problem was that I asked the question, if, and it seems that you don't get that part. And so you decided to change the question and answer. That's the only problem. If, conditional. So that's it. So maybe next time you listen to the question and don't frame your own question to answer. Thank you.
All right, a round of applause, please. And just so we get clarity of what we're doing, can we round again the criteria, just in case somebody joins us live on TV3 just about now?
Okay, so we had introduction. Everyone is marked, well, we've got a limit of 10 points per criteria. We've got introduction, we've got organization, we've got conclusion, we've got word choice, word expression, non-verbal behavior, adapts to audience, and effectual persuasion.
All right. Mr. Tata, which criteria were you, which criteria underpins your scoring?
I don't get your question, please.
The criteria you used in your scoring.
Okay, we have the introduction, organization, conclusion, word choice, word expression, non-verbal behavior, adapts to audience, and then effectual persuasion. These are the criteria we use to score it. I don't know if I get...
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Rita.
Mr. Tata, I'll come back to you, so I'll find out what were some of the things you checked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I looked at out for clarity. I looked out for posture and delivery, how they were able to go with the message they were giving out. I looked at voice control and appropriate content. Yeah.
All right. Mr. Tata, what were some of the things you checked out along the way?
Yeah. Like I said from the onset, when you are communicating to people, the language matters most. All right. So I was looking at the language itself. So that is the word choice. You understand? The choice of word for the topic you are treating. So that is what I was checking. And then the factual persuasion. Whether you've been able to persuade the people you are communicating with. And I think that most of them dealt with it. Yeah. So
Okay. Yeah. And what about the schools? Each school, what exactly they did that was correct and that wasn't correct?
I don't want to go per school. Let me just generalize it. I think that somebody used something. It has so many various forms. I don't know whether you heard it. So many various forms. That's the kind of tautology over there, right? Yeah. Mm. So those expressions are not right. Somebody just came to the platform and just said that we are using wrong language and all that. So those things must be checked. Okay, so when you are talking to people, there's a question of few and a few. And most people think that a few is rather a small number. No, it is rather the opposite. Okay. A few means a greater percentage, and few means
lesser.
Great. But people go around and think that it is the other way around. Please, let's learn the language very well. So I think here it pops up. So let's learn it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Prince Moses, do you have anything on your checklist?
Yes. I was looking at, naturally, I was looking at what a good debater does and is supposed to do. So we've got thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. And I did realize that 3 schools actually did that really well. I don't know if I can mention the names of those schools. Can I? No, I cannot.
No, you can't.
I cannot.
Not at this stage.
Yeah. One of the young people over there did really well, drew people in, was very expressive with their understanding of the topic in a way that helped them inject humor into the introduction, which was really good. It's brilliant. And I came here thinking that these were kids. But really, they have expressed ideas that are beyond my wildest fantasies, really.
All right. And, Madam, do you have anything on your checklist that you might want to provide us?
Yes, I agree with him. I agree with Prince Moses. I think there were a lot of good stuff here. Some of you were very comfortable, and I have been very impressed by that. I mean, standing in front of people you don't know and being so comfortable, somewhere to the extent of being humorous. I mean, some of the introductions, I had some few laughs in there, and I think that you have done very well. I can't name names, and so I'll leave it like this.
All right. Thank you very much. A round of applause. Yes. We're live here doing the inter-school public speaking competition, and we'd like to go back to the audience. And if you have any questions, for example, a gentleman says he has a question for one of the political parties, I'd like to fetch that question. And also, if you have any comments or you have any support, you want to pledge your support, I'd like to hear from you as well. Okay, so your question again.
The question was... Oh, no, sorry. Please, when you were talking, you said the political party is supposed to, according to Constitution, continue the work of the previous government, right? But here lies the case that when you come into power, for what all Ghanaians know, most, you don't continue the work, you start your own, and abandon the previous government's projects for them to, well, collapse. So please, what will you do about that one? How do you convince us to still have our support and then trust in you?
All right, round of applause before he gets to answer that question. I think the question has to do with continuity of government projects, and I'd like to fetch a response from the political party to whom the question was addressed.
Okay, thank you very much. Once you get into government, you are no more a political party, you are a government. It's our monies we use to start the project. It's our monies that when these projects are left in the bushes, we don't get to get the benefits of those monies that were used. So as a government, when you come into office, you are supposed to, it's enshrined in the Constitution, I think Article 37 or 36, you are supposed to continue the projects and programs that were left by the government in which you succeeded, right? We in the NDC believe that that is what's supposed to be done. As young people, we are not even supposed to entertain or tolerate any such thoughts that this project belongs to this political party, and so when they get into government, they are supposed to study our own and all that. We are not supposed to entertain it in the first place. We are the citizens. We are the ones who vote for them. If we show a posture or gestures that we are not in support of this particular attitude from a particular government, 4 years, we vote it out. And then let the other political parties know that this is what we want as people, as citizens. It's always Ghana first. So if a project is started by a government, the other government, when they come into office, they must continue it. And the NDC has pledged that. The NDC, through John Mahama, has pledged that when we come into office, we will ensure that any project or program that were started by the previous government will be continued. And so I'm standing here giving you that pledge and assurance on that. And so as citizens, this is what we must ensure. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for the response. And I understand I'm not being fair because I didn't get any comments or reaction from Achimota School earlier. If anyone is here that want to give us a reaction to what's happening over here, perhaps even pledge your support, could he have the microphone, please? And I have interesting questions for each school anyway. I think I have my own personal question.
Thank you very much. I'm Ibn Zoko from Achimota School. I think I'm very quite impressed with their submissions, and I'm very happy that even as competing schools, they've been able to very well coexist and prove that you don't need to be in competition with someone else to probably result to violence, but then you can peacefully coexist and then spread the word of peace. I was very happy with eloquence, with choice of words, with research and all of that. Just that I feel that next time when these students or some of us stage up other places to participate in other competitions, let us try as much as possible to answer questions as soon as you can with very good choice of words and not deviating from the main topic sentence, because most people deviated in the question segment, just as the judges said. So you should get as fast as you can to the main topic sentence, provide us with your points, and clarify whatever you need to clarify so that at the end of the day, we know that you are okay. I just want to tell them that they are all winners.
Right.
If you don't get out of here with the bragging rights, know that you take the step to advocate for peace today, and you are a youth peace ambassador. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much as well. I'd like to fetch a reaction from events coordinator and manager at Sasi Radio 99.5, Mel Davis. If Mel Davis can give us a reaction, as Sasi Radio is part of the media partners, I'd like to fetch his reaction so far. Could he have the microphone?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mel Kwesi Davis. I'm the head of events and promotions at Asase Radio. I think I have been part of this whole event, this whole organization, and I can tell you it's been a very, very, very challenging one. It's been a very, very difficult one, putting this one together, trying to do it as virtually as possible. Congratulations to all of you. Since I am part of the organizers. I don't know if I still have to cast my vote, but I went to and I attended one of the schools on stage, which I'm sure people would find out later. Congratulations to all the participants here. You guys have done amazing. I mean, right down from sending in your videos to being here today in person. I've enjoyed the entire competition. I am praying and hoping that next year is going to get bigger. Next year is going to get more interesting, and you guys should clap for yourselves. Seriously, give yourselves a round of applause for being here and being such wonderful ambassadors for peace coming from all these 5 schools. You guys have done great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mel Davis from Asasi Radio. And let me fetch some reaction from the teachers. They've been guiding the students ahead of this competition and teaching them and telling them the right things to do, how to speak, upright and be focused and deliver. Any teacher here? Yes. And you kindly tell me the school you teach. All right.
Hello, I'm Nathaniel from Sunyani Senior High. Once again, I would also congratulate all of you for the good job done. In fact, you have proven to all of us that as teachers, we are doing a good job in our various schools. And we are grateful as well to the organizers for this opportunity that these students have showed. These are the future leaders. I'm sure in the near future, very soon, some of them would be the parliamentarians, the ministers, and we hope that some of the things they are sharing with us, they will not let, because the political parties corrupt them, but then they would, from their hearts, serve this country when they get the opportunity. And don't forget, one day when you get there, that some people taught you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we have a reaction from one of the teachers as well. And the judges are done with the results, and I can't wait to unveil them and tell you all about it. But first off, let's get the reaction again.
Please, I'm Abna Adukumi from Achimota School. My challenge is the program program is inter-school public speaking competition. As a teacher, I sometimes get confused. It's like it's being treated as a debate instead of public speaking. So I would like to suggest to the organizers that next time it should come out clear. However, our students haven't disgraced us. They've really proven themselves, and we are proud of them. Thank you.
Okay, so I'd like to take a remark from one of the judges from the National Peace Council, the chairman of the National Peace Council.
Thank you very much. My name is Frank Wilson Boja. I represent the council, but I'm the deputy director in charge of conflict management and resolution. I want to say that a child who knows how to wash their hands can eat with the elders. There was an issue that children cannot actually challenge, but I believe that it's not a challenge. But when you wash your hands very well, you can eat with your elders. Today is a very important day. It's International Day of the Child. And I believe that this is not just a coincidence. It is opportunity for the whole world to recognize that children are the future leaders, and for that matter, they have a role to play today and tomorrow. And this is a good thing for all of us. I wish you all the well, children of the day. A few days ago, we have had elections in many countries. In Africa, we have elections in Cote d'Ivoire. We have had elections in Guinea-Conakry. And we have election from a great nation like the United States of America.
And please, you give us a minute of your remark, please.
We are all witnesses to what is happening in these three countries, whether great or small country. But our election on December 7th will be the 8th. And the stakes are high because this is the first time also that we are going to have two presidents contesting each other. And I believe that it is opportunity for all of us to contribute our quota to ensuring that there is peace before, during, and after the election. Mm-hmm. The last thing that I want to add to is that last year something happened that we have to do everything possible to pass what we call Vigilantism and Other Offenses Act. And today, or this election, is a test case for all of us to prove to everybody on this planet that Ghana is truly a peaceful country by ensuring that any act of violence is eliminated totally from our election. And I thank you all for coming today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for that remark. And it's about time for us to find out who the best orator is in Ghana. And it's the moment we've all been waiting for. In the Inter-School Public Speaking Competition that is brought to you, you can see DD Global in partnership with Ghana Education Service, National Peace Council, and also supported by Coca-Cola, Vodafone Ghana Foundation, Speak Up, and Passion Air. Ladies and gentlemen, I provide and present to you the results in round one. Susek had 108 in round one. Pojos had 121 in round one. And Fanchipim had 118. Achimota had 129. And Owas had 116. Those are the scores in the first round. I'd like to call for the trophy to come now so we all have our hearts beating fast to find out which school gets to take it all. In the second round, however, Susek had 120 in the first round. And Pojos had 129 in the second round, followed by 133 by Mfanchipim. Achimota had 130 in the second round. And Owas had 126 in the second round. So I'm sure by now you're putting together your scores and calculating. And if your calculation is as correct as mine, then we'll start from the fifth position. 228 for fifth position is Susek. And at the fourth position with the score 242 is Owas. At the third position with a score of 250 is Pojos. And if you're probably just like me, you're shuffling between the two other schools and you're wondering which one. And so I'd like to have the two schools, representations from the two schools. If I've already mentioned your scoring for fifth, fourth, and third, you're not part of these. I want the first and second position. There's a Chimota and Ifanchipim school to stand right here. And for second position and the first position, I'd like to invite the chairman on the stage. He's going to help us with the presentations. And while he gets here, let me just give you the scores for the first and second position. Second position with a score over 251. 251 is Infanchipim. And for a score of 259 in the close marking is Achimota at the first position. In the inter-school public speaking competition, it's time for us to find out who the best orator is. And ladies and gentlemen, our chairman. Where we do the presentation of award.
So I'm standing in for the chairman. My name is Prince Moses from Asasi Radio, and it has been fantastic.
I'd like to invite the teacher who guided the students to this particular stage to come on stage and support all the teachers, actually, all the teachers from all the schools, all the teachers from all the schools.
All right, as they come up, may I insist that a debate is also a form of public speaking, as it were. There are so many types of public speaking. A slam is public speaking. A poetry is part of public speaking, and so is rapping. Right, and so as they come up, shall I say bravo to all of you for fantastic work done. You did complain that a debate is not public speaking, and I just debunked that. I'm sorry. And as it were, your student did really well, even without preparation. Yeah. I have been very impressed with the two of you right from the beginning. I don't know my scores because there were a jumble of numbers. So I don't know how much I scored you. So I can say with confidence that my scoring was not biased. The person, my favorite in terms of the call to response is not here, right? He did really, really well. And he actually joined you in the second part. I believe it's this gentleman over here. Can you, yeah. Brilliant work, yeah, very spontaneous, and we'll go on with the program. We'll present the awards.
Yes.
Yeah. So number 2 position, I believe, would be Infanchipim.
Infanchipim, yes.
Right.
Thank you very much. Let me interrupt small. We have prizes from our proud sponsors. Sorry. Coca-Cola, a big hamper for all the contestants. Can you clap for me, please? Okay. For the first position, sorry, I have to do this quick because we have to go off air. Kindly come. First position, you have your hamper and a tablet from Vodafone Ghana Foundation. Okay, it runs for all the 5. But the top first, Achimota, you have a cash prize of 3,000 Ghana cedis. Second prize, 2,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. And then third, 1,000 Ghana cedis. We also have a gift pack from Vodafone Ghana Foundation. You have a lot of mask sets, face towels, mugs, and so on and so forth. Oh, come and line up the prizes here. So thank you everyone. I've not been invited, but I would like to thank everyone who helped us this far. Vodafone Ghana Foundation, Coca-Cola, TV3 Speak Up, Asasi Radio, our partners, Ghana Education Service and National Peace Council, Passion Air, and everyone who supported us. Thank you so much. Hopefully next year by this time, we'll have it bigger and bigger and bigger. All schools who couldn't participate, this is a maiden edition. It will be open up next year. Watch out, follow us on our Facebook pages and all our social media pages. Thank you very much.
And it's been a journey. We've started off several weeks ago, and finally we found our very first public speaker in Ghana, and we set off to find the best orator in Ghana. Let me say thanks to the judges for helping us throughout the entire journey till now in the inter-school public speaking competition, and it's brought to you in Kaikensi DD Global with a partnership by Vodafone Ghana Foundation. And so this is wow, this is very beautiful. It is. So let's do the presentation quickly that goes to Achimota School with a score of 259. And so Achimota School is the winner of the maiden edition of the Inter-School Public Speaking Competitions. And next year, we'll find out which school takes it. And next year, we're operating with a different theme. So look out for that. This year's theme has been Silencing the Guns. The peace of Ghana is in my hands before, during, and after elections 2020. I am Elvis Crystal. Thank you so much. And thanks to all the teachers, the schools that participated. If you couldn't win, you're still a winner. And have a great time and all the best to you. I wish you well.